All right, so we got a 2011 Honda CR-V. It's got a nice, like, I believe it's like an emerald green, they call it, like a jade. It's a cool color, not very intrusive, but cool to look at. Paint's in really good shape overall. There is some dings and some dents, but no real paint work, no chipping, peeling, rusting, nothing flaking off. There are some things that caught my eye. So main thing on these trim pieces, see this textured line? It's either tape was here or the tape's still here. I didn't want to like peel at it, it's not my car. And if I peel this off, what's under it? But if you open here, and you see where it like comes off. I don't know if something was just over it to kind of help it or what, but it's every single one, both sides. But it literally peels off like tape or something. Just caught my eye. Another thing, we got some gouges back here from unloading, but right here looks like there was an impact, so this guy's misaligned. Some paint actually pulled out, so that's your bare plastic. And then there's a good ding here. It looks like they pulled it out as much as they could without doing a real repair, so there's no body work, they just popped it back. Sorry about that. So these are those dings on this inside here. It's been beat up. This is usually from like doors getting shut on a seatbelt, right? But it also looks like maybe this was tried to break into a lot, so, or someone was locked out. Let's hope that. More of that tape stuff. Glass and everything is in really good shape. All the lights are working as intended. Tires are brand new essentially. A little bit of scuffs in the wheels, some chips, but really not too bad of shape for the factory wheels and the year. We'll stop here. All right, so we're gonna start here. I'm gonna just set the camera in the engine bay and we're gonna do a quick startup and I'll be right back. All right, so this thing fires up really nicely. Even on cold start, it was very quiet. I've had a few of these that are pretty rattly on startup, so this is really good. I like this. There are a few things I just want to highlight on this engine bay. Your oil level and transmission, they all look really good and fresh. Radiator has been replaced. You can see it's all brand new down in there. Condenser is still the same one. So the condenser wasn't replaced. That tells me this was most likely maintenance or a failure of the radiator instead of like front end damage. Power steering fluid looks pretty good. This motor mount has been replaced pretty recently. This side not so much. If you look down in here, you can see a little bit of blue down in your transmission area. It looks like they were treating some corrosion on these before replacing the battery, and it could have been from your overflow and everything when they pulled out the radiator. It is dry, chalky, so it's not an active leak. That's good. Typically, if you see like an active leak on the radiator, it would be like all over, and it would make like a white, chalky look, right? That's all below, and it's only in that isolated area where they probably just didn't wash very good. So nothing there that really concerns me. Valve cover and everything looks really good. Sometimes you'll see down along the seam, it'll be like a thick residue if it's leaking. It looks like this might have been serviced and cleaned up, which is really good. And then back here you can see your power steering rack, really good shape. The lines and everything also look really good, nice and dry and still secure, so it looks good there. Air filter they did replace when they went through and did their pre-maintenance or safety, I guess. The one thing I did note, you have brand new brakes all around, but the brake fluid is really dark and it's not all the way full. Typically that's something I want to see with the new brake system. Even if it's just pad and rotors, it's something I want to see serviced. Brakes fluid and power steering fluid are one of the most neglected fluids in your engine bay. It should be done every 3 years just to keep moisture. That's what causes that darkness, but that's doing its job, right? You just want to make sure it doesn't get too far. Raises the boiling point, which makes it, once the brakes get hot, less perform. So something just to think about. That should be really clean with the condition of the brakes. They should have serviced that too. Everything else here looks really good. There is some like dirt kicked up in this. It's a nice rainy day today, so you'll see like around in the bumper area and stuff where it's like dripping mud out, but not too bad. They did a good job cleaning it. With that being said, it does have a little bit of a vibration. You kind of see that hose jumping around a little bit. You can feel it pretty good inside the car at idle. I know they replaced that motor mount, but it might be worth having them check the condition of this one in here and possibly back there. It's hard to test the back and forth rock on these when I'm just by myself. So it doesn't, from what I can see, the engine's not shifting at all. It's just kind of like a vibration at idle. As the RPMs go up, it kind of smooths out. So we'll stop here and keep moving forward. Okay, the water is fighting me on the focus here, but we'll do our best. So I always start from the front, looking to the back. Mainly, I'm looking for anything that's hanging down, sagging, loose, or wet, shiny, anything that looks out of place, right? I just want to make sure you can look all the way back without anything catching your eye, right? All looks really good here. Plastic's all in good shape. You see your oil pan, transmission, everything all nice and dry. It's really good. We're gonna go to our corners. So on the driver corner here, this is your lift point, in good shape, not folded or bent. And then the body as well. I did say this had quite a bit of mud embedded in it, so you can see where the water's kind of made it like a thick paste kind of all over this, but it's not too bad. A good undercarriage wash will get rid of a lot of that, or just keep driving around in the rain and stuff. Around here it'll happen, but stay out of the muddy roads. The subframe body, that's basically like the frame along here, looks really good. And then to the rear portion, that's also your lift point. And then this is going to be your fuel tank. That bar is like a little brace, so it's good that's still there. And then you can see the front of the rear diff. We're going to go straight from the back. Alright, over on the driver's side here, it doesn't have the little plastic cover here anymore. Probably from the damage on the bumper up there. But all looks good. There's no like crazy damage under here, just the plastics. Alright, and then over to the passenger, that is your muffler, stock exhaust, everything looks really good. Subframe and everything looks nice. And then your rear lift point on the passenger side. More of the plastic covers, it's good those are there on this side. Just some like brains, evap canisters, stuff like that over there. And then our last corner here, driver front lift point. You can see your cat there. And then your subframe, everything looks really good. Sorry for the big old drops. Not too bad. Looks really good. Okay, so now we're on the inside of the vehicle. I always start here with the steering wheel. So phone controls here all work as far as I can tell. And then you have your radio controls, cruise control. And then this is how you control like the info and stuff on here. Map seemed accurate. It did follow me correctly as I drove around. The open feature works. Backup camera, it does have radar. The back gate is open, so we're just looking at the sky. It does have radar, and it does get a loud beep when you get close to things. I do have the e-brake set, so that's why the lights on, my seatbelt's off. Everything else looked really good. Current mileage 171, 694 at time of drive. Vehicle did pretty well. So here you have your window controls, all worked as intended, and then traction control here and window switch. And then you do have your fuel and hood down there. Heated seats work really good, and then climate control does what it should. You can make one side cold, one side hot. That works as intended as well. From here, I'm just gonna pause, and then we're gonna open up all the doors and look from the outside in. All right, so at the driver corner here, We're looking from the outside in. There's some rips in the leather here. It's also on these handles, and then you'll see another spot on that side. Seats aren't too bad, but you can see where the crease over time is also starting to wear a little bit, so that'll start to open up over time. Carpets are in really good shape, same with the pedals. There are no floor mats. I do always tell people I would recommend investing in floor mats with the area we live in. It's just wet, and we get all kinds of like grimy stuff throughout the day. Sand is very popular in our area, so stuff like that gets embedded. Just thinking about that. And then door cards in the back are really good. Seats as well. You can see that side. When I get over there, I'll talk about it more, but there has been a car seat in that for a lot of time. A little tear here, but still tight. And then on our passenger side, door card here in really good shape as well. So you can just kind of see where a car seat had sat here for some time. Some heat over time that might dissipate out. But leather, once it takes that shape for a long time, it kind of retains it, and that's why like cowboy boots and stuff are always like perfect fit, you know. So we'll move over to this door card here. Did have some little punctures here, just keep an eye on those could open up. Another thing here, door card, manual seats on this side, but the seat is in really good shape except for the armrest there. Glove box does have all the info stuff with it still, which is really good. And then this has a little extra storage area. Dash is in really good shape, and then sunroof does everything you expect it to. And on the headliner, I'll talk about it more when I get to the back, but this little cover is missing, but everything else looks really good there. The other thing I noticed, one light on the driver's side doesn't come on when the doors are open, but if I push it, it comes on and off like it's supposed to. That's kind of weird. I don't know why it does that, but that's gonna be your interior. So rear hatch, this is a manual lift gate. Floor is in really good shape back here. Doesn't have a privacy cover or anything. These seats do recline, which is really cool, and then they do sit up. So you can make more space without folding them, but you can also fold them all the way up. There we go. Floor here, pop that up. Oh, too high. It has a full height spare, but not full size spare. It's for the all-wheel drive system, so one wheel is not spinning faster than the others. It does have the jack and the tools. Secure wheel is also there. And then floor's in good shape. All the seam seal and everything looks really good. Got a little bit of moisture, but I have been leaving this back part open. As you can see, it's a rainy day. I'm gonna put that on me. And here is, all right, at this portion we go through and scan the computer on the car. We did have a few here. These are all actually permanently stored codes. So typically if you're at like a Honda dealer, they are going to have access into the deeper access of these computers. A lot of deep tools, sometimes mine can actually pull those off. Sometimes people's tools aren't like a deep enough access to pull those off. Most stores like AutoZone, O'Reilly's, you can clear the check engine light, but if there is an issue, like these permanent codes have to be a dealer clear. If the issue was currently active or actively affecting the vehicle, they would produce as active or current codes instead of permanent. We do at least a 10-mile drive on these to make sure all those get time to reset or cause failures if need be. Everything else checked out good though, so that's what we like to see. So we'll just keep moving on to our monitors from here. Within these codes, these are the tire pressures were not reading or voltages. You did have a code here for a motor, and then this here had a couple codes for an airbag sensor and lost communication. I made sure to document all those and put the code numbers associated to the like the text version of your inspection. All right, this is the monitors. So at this portion, I always make sure down here the VIN is the same that's going to be on the door jambs and on the tag on the dash. Looks good there. And then all of our monitors gave us green checks. The gray circles are just monitors that are not being used or they have redundancies. So like your secondary air monitoring could be monitored by another system. all looking good. And so no red X's. That's why we do the 10 mile plus, to make sure all those get time to reset or fail. Looks good here. We're just going to keep pushing through your inspection. All right, we're going to go through this real fast. Honestly, I've done like 3 or 4 of these in the past month. It's really funny. My little sister-in-law has a dark blue one that she's been using. She's been doing college things, so it's needed some love here and there because she gets busy, but it's doing it. It's keeping up. This one runs really good. I said it in the engine bay portion. A lot of these have like a rattle on startup. This does not do that, even on the cold start. Really good. Tires are newer. They were replaced in 24, or they were produced in 24, so they could have sat for a little bit, but they're only a couple years old. Glass is all in really good shape. Exterior wise, you do have some chips and dings. The main thing that caught my eye, and I tried to elaborate on it a bit, was the trim pieces. It looked like they're taped or had tape. We got some damage over here. As far as mechanically, car seems really good. They did replace the cooling system recently. AC works amazing. The transmission fluid, oil, all looks really clean and nice. Drives good, stops good. I did have a complaint on the brakes being done, but not the fluid. It is something that gets neglected more than it should. So definitely something to touch base on, see if they can just do a quick flush service on that. Since the brakes were already done, the fluid should have been taken care of. On the interior wise, I'm sure you've noticed you've got some peeling on the leathers. Sometimes you can get those pads replaced, but the armrests, kind of a little bit different story. You might check with like an interior guy, or you could always hit the junkyard and see if they have any of these come in, and they can pull them for you if you go to like Spalding's and hold them until you can pick them up. Not forever, but they will hold them. Cargo rack looks really good. I don't know if it was ever used that much. There's no damage or any kind of scrapes up here at all, which is really good. And then as far as overall drive, gets up to speed just fine. Shifts really good. Kickdown is good. Cruise control works as intended. Yeah, just a good running vehicle, this one. I was pleasantly surprised at how well this one was doing. From here, my main thing, I'm gonna have you talk to them about the there was permanent codes for the airbag sensor. Now, it could have been while they were doing work over here with the radiator, maybe they unplugged it, who knows. Something to elaborate on, but nothing really concerning. There's no paint lines, or none of these doors have been pulled off or anything weird like in that sense. So we're gonna stop here. This vehicle checks out really nice.